If this had happened about 5 p.m, I'd be dead right now. Hi guys, you alright? So today I am telling the story of a time that I could have died. But before I get into that, make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. So this story comes from about 7 years ago when I was just 17, and I don't think this event traumatized me, but I also haven't driven a car in about 6 years, so who knows. So I was working in retail at the time, and I'm not exactly certain why, but I was driving home about 10 p.m. Now that is quite late for retail, but I think there was some kind of evening event on, so that's why I was finished about 10 o'clock, and really thank God I was, because if this had happened about 5 p.m, I'd be dead right now. So I finished work about 10 p.m, and I go to the car park, get in my car, and I start driving. And everything's fine. Come across multiple traffic lights, I can stop perfectly fine, absolutely no problems. But from where I worked to where my house is, it's about a 20-minute drive, and there's quite a lot of fast roads. So national speed limit roads, and they're all dual carriageways, so that's making the speed limit 70 miles an hour. And some of you may be thinking, oh, he's sticking to the speed limit, what a loser, boring. Well, this car was kind of an old car, I'm not sure how old it was, but like any time I went over 70, definitely if I got to 80 miles an hour, the car would shake and it would petrify me. So I could not go that fast in this car. Also, the fact that it's an old car kind of gives you a hint that things aren't going to be the best. So I'm driving along, sticking to the speed limit, not going too fast, not going too slow, not going to disrupt anyone, and thankfully, because it was about 10 p.m, there weren't too many other cars around, which meant that I could just happily enjoy my journey, get myself home safe, or so I thought, until there's a point where I'm coming up to a roundabout that I cross all the time. So obviously I know it's coming up, I put my brakes on, and the car doesn't start to slow down. So then obviously I'm thinking, what on earth am I gonna do? Like, there's this roundabout coming up, I need to cross it, and thankfully there was no one else on this roundabout, because I literally couldn't stop. If there was anyone coming from the right, well, I'd have just gone straight into them, or they'd have gone straight into me. So obviously from this point on, I'm not accelerating anymore, and I'm just trying to let my car get down to like a slower speed, and I work out that the brakes do kind of work if I'm going about 20-30 miles an hour. But I've still got 60-70 mile an hour road limits to drive on. So I think I put my hazard lights on. Not too sure on that one. That would have been the sensible thing to do. I'm hoping I did, but as I said, it's 7 years ago. I can't remember exactly how I reacted to that. So then I'm going along at 20-30 miles an hour, just so that I know I can brake if anything happens. And I managed to get myself home, safe. The car has stopped, everything's fine. But then obviously my mind goes to what has just happened, and I think the car was in my dad's name, so obviously I'm gonna have to tell him, and since I can drive it at slow speeds, I can get it round to the garage that's just round the corner and get someone to have a look at it. So what had actually happened, because there's two sets of brakes on a car which I didn't know until this, but there's like two cylinders for opposite tyres, so that if one set goes, you've still got another set. So one of those sets had gone, and that's why I was still able to brake at slower speeds. But when I was travelling at 70 miles an hour down this road, they couldn't really do anything. So that gets fixed, everything's fine. And when I said earlier that I haven't driven in about 6 years, it was about 9 months after this that I went off to uni, and I stopped driving when I went to uni, and I've just never picked it back up since. Like I said, I don't think this event traumatized me. I could still get back in a car, I'm not scared of cars. I don't have any kind of fears surrounding cars. But I mean, I haven't driven in a long time, so there might be something kind of deep rooted there, I don't know. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, again, please give it a massive thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know any of your car terror stories, and subscribe because I post new videos every Monday and Wednesday. And I'll see you soon.